private jets, taking trips. Come back at 6, wake me and your child. And then won't lay today, make me wonder who you might have been playing with. Makes me wonder who you...
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Here we are working on my other hand. This was done a couple weeks ago. I'm actually ready to put on a new set, but you know, it gets busy at my house, and so just trying to find balance in my new schedule is a little harder than I thought, but it's all right. So I'm just doing my normal prep right here and pushing back my cuticles. I had just, right now I'm filing off. I had painted some silver on my nail just to see if it had a tacky layer or not, because right before I did these, I did a client and it ended up turning out all funky because obviously I didn't put a base coat or anything like that. But anyway, so we just went and filed that off, and then I turned my e-file down now to further do my prep. And I had a set of nails on right before this, possibly. Now I don't remember. It's been so long. This is horrible. But regardless, I always still I never do like full soak offs every set. Can't say I never do full soak offs. Every set I will just file down to the clear layer, and then every couple of times I'll do a soak off. So might have done a soak off on this, might not have. I'm not quite sure. I don't remember. But yeah. Anyway, you guys, so I'm using my little mandrel bit. I still am trying to figure out if I like this one or not. I do, but I don't. I like it for prep, but I don't like it for filing the acrylic nails. I like the bigger one. So we're going in with our stiletto tips, and these are longer stiletto tips, but then I cut them down and they make a perfect coffin. These nails are shorter than normal because I am working. I do need to keep them short. So these are medium for me. I do personally like to keep them longer, but I'm just not able to right now. So they might even be shorter than this at some point. We'll see, depending on what clients I get and what all their ailments and stuff are and what I need to do for them. I became an in-home caregiver, so we'll see. But as for now, I'm able to have them at least like this. So now I'm just going in and I'm blending the nail tip into the natural nail, and then I do kind of file the nail tip itself. It just helps when I'm putting acrylic over it. It just gives it something more or less to stick to. And it also helps you guys see like what I'm doing. Like, I know you can see if it's not filed, but with it being clear, it's just easier to see, right? When it's filed or whatever. So man, I haven't done a voiceover in forever, it feels like, because I feel like I don't even know what to do. I'm just over here lost and stuff, but you know, it's all good. It's all good. We'll figure it out as we go. So anyway, this is just my basic prep. I do this, yeah, every time, no matter what. So now I'm going in with my acetone for my dehydrator, and I do 2 coats, but my first coat I really get in there and I like scrub the nail plate with my brush and make sure to really just get off any debris and all of that. And then the second time through, I just kind of do a real quick one, and that's been a great dehydrator for me, and it's always on hand. So now I'm using my Kira Sky acrylic primer. I've been using this on myself lately just because it's a full bottle, and I don't use it on clients. I like my other primer combo that I use for clients because I know it works. This works fine on me. I'm not a problem lifter. I don't have issues with that. So it's been working fine for me. So I'm just trying to get it used instead of just having product that sits there. It definitely is different. It's more like a gel consistency, and then it almost like doesn't dry. And so, but it works just like a normal primer. You just go ahead and put the acrylic on it and it's fine. It definitely like took some getting used to on applying it, because sometimes it wants to get kind of pulled up by the natural nail and where the tip meets. So you kind of push it up and stuff. But okay, so now again, we got my acrylic in real time. It was starting to get warm in my room throughout this, I believe. Um, oh, I don't remember, but just to show you guys real time, I do work very slow. I let the acrylic polymerize and I don't just immediately swipe it. When you're doing blending like this, you're going to swipe it a lot sooner than you would if you were like building a nail, right? So there's different times to swipe and there's different times to like pat and wait for it to get harder. So right now with us just putting a thin clear layer, we're going to be blending. So this is more of a blending bead. So we're going to just kind of tuck in that cuticle and then we're just going to swipe it down and blend it over the natural nail to give it some protection and better adhesion. So, and these are just things that I've learned that work for me. You know, something might work different for you, and that's okay. But this is what works for me, and I do it every time. I'm going in with a nude, and even though I'm going in with a nude and you know there it's a core color and stuff like that, I still always put down my clear layer. Um, it just makes it easier for removals. I change my sets often. I don't do fills on myself very often. So it just makes it a lot easier for me, and I believe it helps with my adhesion. So I'm just going to keep believing that, and we're just going to keep doing it. So okay, so I'm going in with a nude right now. This is just it's a local nail supply nude that I got. It's just a simple, um, basic nude, not too peach, not too pink, you know, just kind of neutral, I guess. It's more of like a neutral nude. And so, um, in this one, it's not a fast setting and it's not a slow setting. And so, depending on what your temperature is in your room, will depend on if it how it works. You know what I'm saying? I know people that live in hotter climates, their acrylics work way different. We could have the same brand, but they work way different if you're in a hotter climate than where I'm from. I'm from Pacific Northwest, so I have all four seasons. So it's only hot like 3, maybe 4 months out of the year. Other than that, it's cold and it's icky. So but other people where it's, you know, warmer year round, they'll definitely have a faster setting acrylic experience. So anyway, I follow just, I don't like, I kind of follow a bead placement, but then I don't just do like 3 beads or whatever. I go in with as many as I need, but I do try to follow like a foundation. Um, I'll explain it on the next one. Oh, we got my phone going off. Oh, I should have silenced my phone. Oh my goodness. And so, anyway, I like showing the real time now just because it gives you a little bit more realistic idea of how to work with acrylic. And that especially if it's not super hot, you do want to give it a second to polymerize. And then when you place it on your finger, you don't want to immediately start swiping, right? Um, and so I think that's where a lot of beginners kind of get messed up, or it hinders. Okay, so for my foundation, I put a larger bead down here where the natural nail and the tip meets, and I'm patting, I'm tucking in the sides, I'm leveling out that back part of the bead, basically waiting for it to polymerize a little more and get to the point where when I swipe, it's not swiping off and I'm able to mold it. Of course it would go blurry right now, of course. So, and I just keep my sides tucked in, and I will swipe the excess off the edge, and then when I feel like the nail is fully covered and how I want it, I will go ahead and get off that excess, right? So that's my first bead that I normally focus on. And then I will get another bead and I put it right above that, and I will, you know, pat. I'll explain it when it gets here. I'm moving a little too fast. Okay, so we're putting another bead literally right on top of that one, and I'm going to tuck in my sides. I always tuck in my sides, and then since this is like a middle bead and we don't need to bring it down as much like we did, we're gonna blend it. So I tucked in my sides, and then we're gonna go into blending it. And so that's where like you need to know how to work with different types of beads, like whether you're needing like the structure and you need it to mold, or if you're blending it. So that's something I really didn't understand either, I guess, until I really started focusing on my application. And so now we go in with the cuticle bead, and I will go in, tuck my sides in, and then I will tuck the cuticle in, and then I will blend it. And then from here, if I see that I need any other fill-in beads or whatever, then from there I'll go in and fill them in where it's needed. So and I'm always trying to clean up my cuticles. I don't want any flooding or anything. Sometimes I do it even if it doesn't need to be done. It's just kind of habit. And then I do go back and look at my nails together to see if they are looking like the same, right? So anyway, I'm gonna let you guys watch this acrylic application because I've blabbered enough. I'm gonna drink my Red Bull. I got a Red Bull problem, you guys. I really freaking do. It's so bad. We're not even getting into that right now. But anyway, okay, I'll let you guys watch this, and I'll come back here in a little bit. All right, we are here with my filing routine. As most of you know, I follow the same filing routine if you're new here. Okay, so I was checking to see if the acrylic was all the way dried. I forgot that with this acrylic, I don't know, it's been a couple within this same brand from my local nail supply, but they almost feel not hard. Like they almost have like a softer top layer. It's weird. It reminds me of if you've ever worked with odorless monomer. It's just not as extreme. But it almost just doesn't feel like it's all the way dry and hardened, and then it files really easy. So I always forget that every time I use these, I tell myself next time I'm going to encapsulate it, because it feels weird. It doesn't feel like a normal like nude core acrylic. You know what I'm saying? And so but yeah, I always forget until I'm at this step, and then it's a little late. So but that's why I was doing that. So excuse me, you guys. So anyway, we're going in with our filing routine and I try to focus on my acrylic application as much as I can, so that way there's not that much filing to be done. I feel like that's a better way to learn how to do nails. At the beginning, I just slapped on acrylic and was like, whatever, I'll fix it with my file. And when that's fine if you're learning, right? But it's probably not the best way to learn, because then when you start taking clients or anything like that, you're going to waste a lot of time putting on a bunch of excess acrylic and bumpy nails, and then you're going to go back and have to refile all of that to reshape it, right? So I wish I would have learned differently when I first, but I, learned from word of mouth and videos and other content creators. And so, they were just like, oh, you can just go back and fix it with the file. And, and that's what I did. And so, but now I try to focus on my structure and my application more than anything, because then that way when it's time to file, there's really not much to file. Like there's a little bit of cleaning up and then a little bit of shaping, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And then you seal the cuticles, whatever, boom, bang, bang, we're done. So, and that's definitely cut down on my time, not having to go back and file off all this lumpy acrylic to get the nails to look good. So just a little maybe a little tip, or I don't know, just something that I learned along the way, I guess. Something I wish I would have done different if I was just starting out. So and then you want to look at the nails from all different angles. If you look at it just from above, you'll think it looks great, and then you turn it to its side, or you look at it, down the barrel, and it's all messed up. And that will help you get your crisp shape as well by looking at the nail from every different angle. So anyway, and having good files definitely helps as well. This is a 100-180 grit file. These seem to be my favorite. I have like a 60 or an 80 grit file, and when I'm doing nails like this, I don't see the need for it. It just seems too much. But when I'm doing my really long nails, it seems I definitely do like to gravitate towards those files, just because they get the job done, and the nails are just a little bit thicker, not thicker, but they are, just because they're longer, so their apex is different. I don't know. So I just find what files work better for you and go with it. And then now I'm doing my second part of my filing. I've cut out some filing in my nail routine as I've been working on my application. I used to go in with a carbide bit first, and then I would go in with my sanding band, and cutting out that extra step really has helped with my time as well. And that's all, I was able to cut out that step because I started focusing on my application, and there wasn't as much debulking or fixing to do, so to say. So and like I said, like I like this bit, but when it comes to this part, Like, I like it for the cuticles, but then I don't like it for the rest of the nail. Like it, I mean, I do, it's fine, but I like my bigger one. So, I don't know. That's why I use it sometimes, and then other times I don't. I just kind of be going back and forth, um, but yeah, I don't know. It gets in there better, it really does, but when you're trying to file the surface of the acrylic nail, it almost, I don't know. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Like, do you guys feel the same, or you guys don't notice the difference? Like, what? Because I definitely am conflicted about this bit. Like, I like it, but it's not my favorite. Does that make sense? Anyway, you guys, so today this was a basic nude acrylic application, and then we're going to go into some nail art. When I do my hands, I try to do 2 different designs so that way I can pump out 2 different videos. And it's really hard for me to do nail art using my non-dominant hand. So that hand, my right hand, usually becomes an acrylic design, as you guys saw in the last video. And then this hand usually ends up with some nail art on it because I can do nail art a lot easier. So, I am finally done with these buffers. I'm so excited. I bought a new pack of buffers. They're still small, but they're bigger than this. They're probably like twice the size, long ways. And so it's a lot easier for me to hold and just get, especially with longer nails, get the nails done. So anyway, you guys, I'm glad that these are gone. I used to never buff my nails like this, but I think the more I started doing nail art, the more I ventured into buffing my nails just because it made it a little bit smoother for that nail art. So, anyway, it's weird to see how my nail journey has progressed or changed over the years, especially with recording. I didn't start recording at the very beginning of my journey, but I can definitely see a change from when I first started recording. So it's definitely cool, and it's helped me go back and fix what I need to work on. Okay, so this is Madam Glam. That was Bold White. It's one of my favorite whites. This is Caribbean Sea. You guys, I have a code with Madam Glam. It's Rachel35. Definitely go check them out. They're one of my favorite gel polish brands. They have a lot more than just gel polish. They have a lot of nail art stuff. They have brushes. They got all types of stuff. So, and then this is just I don't remember where I got this glitter from. I've had it for a while, but it's like an AB glitter. I hate working with glitters like this because they almost like don't, so I have to keep going back because it almost just gets pulled to the tip, right? So you got to kind of work with these glitters and not make the nail too thick. So I cured it, and now I'm putting on a second coat just because I needed more glitter. And so that's why you see me kind of going back and just kind of manipulating the glitter a little bit differently than I would with like a normal gel polish. And then I want to make sure that I'm keeping my shape as well, because gel polish can change your shape and make it look not as crisp. So this is Caribbean Sea, and we're going in with a full nail of this. I can make these one coat coverage, but I don't like to. I like to get a thin base layer down, and then I go back in with another thin second layer. But if I really needed to, or if I really wanted to, I could go in with one coat. I prefer it the other way. So we're doing these 2 nails solid, and I don't ever wear this color, you guys, but for some reason I just was like, let's do something different. This is a popular color though that I have used quite a few times on clients. They seem to gravitate towards this color. I have so many colors, you guys. Like, my swatches are getting out of control. They're taking up my wall. They really are. And I need to go through and get rid of some polishes that I don't use anymore, but it's so hard. It's just so hard. Does anyone else have that issue? I hate getting rid of nail stuff, even if I don't use it. Like, I don't want to throw it away, but it's nothing worth selling. And then I don't know anyone to just give it to if they even want it, you know? So I'm just like, fuck, what do I do with this stuff? I got so much stuff, and just so much stuff I don't use, but I might need it one day. And then once I get rid of it, guess what? I end up needing it like a month later. It's crazy how that happens. So I think that's how people end up just hoarding a bunch of nail stuff, because I know I do. I got just ridiculous stuff that I do not use. But anyway, and no, I'm not the only one. I can guarantee that. So anyway, we're going in with our second coat, just another thin second layer, and that will smooth out the coverage and make them look flawless. These are self-leveling gel polishes as well, so they pastel colors can be kind of hard to work with, but these ones self-level very well. So now we're going in with a little bit of swirly swirls or a little bit of nail art. I didn't really have like an inspo or anything. I just was kind of wanting something different but cute. I don't know how to explain it. So we just kind of went in and did some things. So anyway, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna let you guys finish watching it. I have blabbered way too much. I hope you guys enjoyed my channel. Definitely comment, like, subscribe, you know, the whole shenanigans, whatever. So I appreciate all of you guys that are here, and I'm excited to do some summer sets. I'm about to take off these nails that you guys just saw in the last two videos, or this video and the previous one. So I'll have some more videos coming up for you. I also have some PR, and then I need to do a random unboxing of just some things I've bought over the last few months that I haven't opened yet. So anywho, I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one.